Ultimately, you go into business to make money. But the biggest payoff might be when you're ready to sell your business.
But selling a business isn't the same as selling widgets. We take a look at preparing your business for sale.
The first thing that investors look at, whether they be strategic investors who are in a similar business to the company they're looking at investing in or acquiring, or private equity investors, the first thing they look at is management. How deep is the management? And quite often in the case of founder-managed businesses, the founders haven't built in second and third layers of management behind them. Because quite often it's not the business so much that people are interested in, it's the skills and depth of management that attract buyers. Because they believe that with a great management team you can take just about any business and make it into a superb business. If the management team is good, then we quite often look at the operations. Are the operations performing to benchmark in the industry? Are they better than benchmark? Are they returning operating margins or profits on their performance that are above or below industry standards?
One of the hardest questions to answer is how much is my business worth in dollars? Doug McDonald from Deloitte advises businesses on being prepared to sell.
When we're marketing a business, quite often we'll work with our valuation experts to determine a benchmark value for the business. The accumulation of market data, whether it be transactions or data on public company trading values, is a very important and formal part of the process of marketing a business. It's critical to give the owner of a business a range of values that he could expect or she could expect when the business is brought to market, because you want to essentially set the value expectation and hopefully overachieve on that value expectation by running a good process, an efficient process, and create a competitive tension in the process, such that you get a number of parties bidding on a business or seeking to invest in a business.
Getting the greatest value for your business takes preparation. Putting your business up for sale shouldn't be an impulse decision.
It's better to start early than late. If somebody wakes up one morning and says, gee, it's a great time to sell my business, we'll say, well, let's test that thesis for a moment. Let's see how deep your management team, how well your business is running, and where you are in the market. And a further point is, are they of scale to sell? Quite often people will say, look, I've got a great business, it's generated a fantastic lifestyle for me and my family, but it's not that big. Smaller businesses are more difficult to sell, so we quite often help them scale up that business through an acquisition. And again, the sooner we can start this process, the better. If somebody gives us a year or two to prepare their business for sale, it's quite often going to yield a much better result than if somebody, as I said, wakes up one morning and says, gee, it's a great time to sell.
As any experienced business person will tell you, there's more than one exit strategy to selling. Public offerings and venture capital are options to consider for larger companies.
To take your company public today, you need to be prepared for regular and ongoing scrutiny by the public capital markets. You need to be able to fit into their governance requirements and so on. It's a very, very rigorous and challenging environment for a lot of companies. Consequently, looking at private equity or venture capital as a source for growth capital or liquidity capital has become a really viable and attractive alternative, because with that capital you quite often get some really smart and helpful skills in the form of the venture capital or private equity investors that can help you grow your business through their networks, through their experiences, and so on. Each business has a market opportunity, but it's really as much the story of what that business needs, what the management team can deal with, that determines the market opportunity as the market itself.
Big Fish Video Productions.